Okay, everybody, this is great to be here for another live broadcast. My name is Stephen Tyrone Cuffey. I'm one of the many voices of TBC, as we all know, and also one of the ambassadors of goodwill of TBC. I had the great honor to talk with admin. Admin brought me on the Mass Doctor training early this morning, and just to give some encouraging words to the whole world. And I did just that, along with MBay and everybody else. Okay, but back to this. Okay, folks, this is my 614th live broadcast. I keep a number. I mean, admin may not want us to number them, but I do this for my own usage to keep a record of what I'm doing. Is a personal record. It's not so much a record for everyone else, although they know how many I've done, but it's more of me keeping a record of my broadcast. Is a personal thing. So that's why I have to keep a number on my mind. If everybody don't want to do real numbers, fine, but I have to do that for me. I keep a better order that way. And what I'm talking about, I can go back and look at certain broadcasts and see, some things I may repeat, but I also may actually, like I did one talking about coming out different stages of coming out your comfort zone. I did that one year after the next one. So some I may repeat in a year later, because we get new people coming on in TBC, right? And they may need to hear that type of broadcast and that learning, okay? But folks, this pretty much is a title. It's Human Rights and Bitcoin. You probably wonder, how is one related to the other? We deal with human rights, and that's a big subject, going on in the United States. Talking about Black lives lives. Yes, they do, but I think all lives lives, okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and this is a little different from human rights to Bitcoin than you normally thinking about human rights alone. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, because I will be with you only on a short period of time, because we're shortening up our broadcast, okay? At least I am. Okay, according to what admin, I'm doing what admin want us to do. Okay, let's do this. Share my screen. Okay, you should see this Bitcoin News article. It says, bolstering privacy. Human Rights Foundation donates $50K, which is $50,000 toward Bitcoin mixing development. Okay? It just show you how far this cryptocurrency is moving forward. Okay? And we're uniting the world to stand against tyranny. Oh, wow. Look at that word. Y'all figured that in that word we use in TBC? We're against tyranny. That government control of everything, taking your rights away, all those kind of things, okay? Okay, let's go here. On June 10th, which was yesterday, 2020, Human Rights Foundation, which is the abbreviation of HRF, launched a fund that is dedicated to the development of tools that make the Bitcoin network more private, decentralized, and resilient. HRFs, which stands for what? Human Rights Foundation, initial gift of $50,000 will be given to the UK, United Kingdom-based developer Chris Belcher, who has been working on a project called CoinSwap. Okay. I keep on. It says this week, the well-known Human Rights Foundation announced the launch of a fund that bolsters Coinbase development of coin mixing applications for Bitcoin. The New York City-based Human Rights Foundation that we're talking about today, okay, is very well known, and is also the organization behind the Oslo Freedom Forum. HRF's gift of $50,000 will help fuel CoinSwap development led by the well-known developer Chris Belcher. CoinSwap development led, CoinSwap is a mixing protocol that leverages CoinJoin and was introduced in 2013. Now that was 7 years ago, right? Additionally, in the protocol, all parties are assumed to have private communication channels, explains concept creator Greg Maxwell. The CoinSwap GitHub repository says at CoinSwap implementation for massively improving Bitcoin privacy and fungibility. Furthermore, HRS has been funding other types of Bitcoin development in the future. Will be funding other Bitcoin development in the future. The fund next gift already earmarked for development, working on the strengthening, it says, for another developer working on strengthening Bitcoin pseudo-mility at the new work at the network level will be announced in the near future. ARF's announcement explains. HRF's Chief Strategy Officer Alex Glasting says that the organization is proud to help fund tools that promote financial privacy. Okay, and I don't know if let me see here. I'll see if I want to keep going. I'm not going to just read this whole article. Basically, what it's saying, this New York-based Human Rights Foundation is basically what funding $50,000 to a UK based developer, Chris Belcher, has been working on a project called CoinSwap, and it's all about privacy. As you know, Bitcoin is still going through some development stages as it's slowly coming out to be mass adopted in the world. Just like our TBC coin is going to do, moving towards that as we build towards 1 billion members in TBC as we know it. So, folks, this is, as I read the news about Bitcoin and see this news, our news channel or news website, Bitcoin News, actually talks about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that's going around the world. Some of the things that's positive, some of the things that's not positive as some companies go downhill. But cryptocurrency as a digital currency is steadily moving forward. And we as TBCians know that is true. Because our wallets at tbc009.net, I read an article the other day, it was actually Monday, because it was in our weekly meetings at the actual weekly host went over, and it talked about that starting on June 15th, all the transactions will cease and stop on our wallets. 2 days later, on June 17th, then at that time, our wallets will be something new, the functionality of our wallets, and that we will be able to exchange different type of coins for TBC transactions, all the different type of coins that you see on CoinMarketCap, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and maybe some others. And we'll be able to make as small as a transaction as 1 cent. Now, I don't know if there's any cryptocurrency can do that. Well, I know one thing that no cryptocurrency can do on the market-based side is that they charge fees. We charge no fees when we make transactions at our wallet at tbc00.net. That I'm gonna just share this, and I think some of us know this, is that our wallets, that's not the last wallet form that you're gonna see. We're gonna have a great wallet in the future with more functionality. Because when we get to 1 billion members, as we know, at that time, our coin was supposed to be started the mass production phase. And we will even go to the economic phase. We're currently in the distribution phase now until we get to 1 billion members. Our coin be mass adopted. We then start giving jobs to who? Anyone that wants one. But at the same time, the main people we're focusing on are people in poverty, right? Poverty, whether it's in the Philippines, US, Bangladesh, anywhere in Africa, all over the world, anyone that's in poverty, we'll be able to give them a job, and we'll be paying them in a smaller part of TBC called Kringles. Now, a lot of us should know this if you're really a true TBCian, okay? Every TBCian that's one of the reasons why you have these billions and millions of dollars in your wallets. That money is not all for you. It is for to help people in poverty. Okay? We'll be paying, giving them jobs, we're paying them in kringles. But see, at that time, our coin would be what? Spendable it's spendable to a certain point now in certain countries like the Philippines and some countries in Africa. But we hope that in the I'm praying that our government, see, they talked about getting their own coin that we know, right? But I'm gonna put it this way. They're gonna have to get on the bandwagon. Because I can't understand, this is what gets me. We have over 6,000 Bitcoin ATMs in the United States. This time last year, we only had 2,500. We got now over 6,000. There's over 8,000 Bitcoin ATMs around the world. The United States has more than anyone with over 6,000 of that 8,000. I have one 15 minutes from my house here. Actually, several. There's one particular one I go at a Shell gas station. There's some Koreans that own that gas station. They got a really nice Bitcoin called CoinFlip. Now that you can't cash out Bitcoin at that particular one, but you can put your cash in there of $5 denominations up to $100 denomination of U.S. currency to buy your Bitcoin and send it to another address. So if your like for example, my Coinbase wallet, as I don't mind announcing it, they are really a mess. I don't even deal with Coinbase anymore. And honey, we're not going to deal with Coinbase. I can tell you that right now. I'll tell you something about that later. We got other options other than Coinbase for online cryptocurrency wallets. I tell you, I have a very good reason why I'm no longer going to deal with them, as far as I can no longer purchase Bitcoin on them. And I've done nothing wrong. It's just their servers are very messy, and I just don't want to deal with them anymore. Out of 3 years, I've done nothing wrong. It's just, in fact, I announced it. I basically, because the admin wants to be ourselves, right? So I'm going to be myself. I basically, about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I requested to increase my weekly spending of buying Bitcoin, because I wanted to do that. Because I needed to do that. And they disabled my wallet for no reason. Their servers did it. I did a support ticket twice. First time they said they'll be looking at it, thought maybe they'll enable it again, and they turned me down, sent me an email saying we reviewed your wallet and we made a decision that you'll no longer be able to purchase Bitcoin. You can only receive and send Bitcoin. So if I send Bitcoin to my Coinbase wallet, I can receive it, or I can send it to another person's wallet, but I can't purchase it there. That's okay. Guess what? We can purchase now on an app called let me look at my phone here. There's an app called Cash App. Cash App. You can now purchase, you can download in the United States, you can download the app called Cash App. You can actually purchase Bitcoin on that. Okay, you got to enter some different information at first, and then they have to, in a few hours, they will approve you. And so I've already got it done. Me and my son, we know how it works. And a lot of people in the United States know how it works. So, Cash App is a app that we use to send fiat currency, our currency, United States, to another person's Cash App. And then when it gets there, it's right in their bank account immediately. I mean, like instant. And the fees are very, very cheap. Now, if you send to another person's wallet, it doesn't charge you anything. But when you buy Bitcoin, it has the fees on it just like any other cryptocurrency wallet. I do it right over my phone. So I don't need Coinbase to buy Bitcoin. I'm not saying I never use them I'm not going to be using them as much hardly anymore, because I can use them a little bit if I need it in terms of sending Bitcoin to send somewhere else, but I don't need that, because there are many, many other cryptocurrency wallets such as Paxful, Paxful. There's CoinMama.com. Now, some of the ones I'm looking for are the ones that you can attach your bank account or a debit card or your checking account to. Not all cryptocurrency wallets you can attach your bank card. Paxful can do it. Cash App can do it. There are a few others. See, I'm very, very knowledgeable about cryptocurrency, folks, because I've been studying it since December 2016. So I like reading things like this. See what's going on with Bitcoin and other market-based cryptocurrencies, because we know in TBC, when we bring two people on and they pay their admin fee, and they pay that's my son called. They pay their admin fee. They then do what? They do what? They then give you 50% of that, both the actual what? The admin fee of that $28 and which is 8 grains of gold, and that they pay the admin fee. It's almost $29 now, by the way. But anyway, where it was yesterday it was. But anyway, you'll get basically $14 in Bitcoin for each one. So when I brought my two people on, they paid their admin fee, and then at that time, I received 2 Bitcoin bounties that I've already redeemed in my back office. It's very, very, very good. Okay, system that we got in our Cream Cash back office. But folks, basically that's it here. This article was basically talking about human rights as in Bitcoin. That was the title. But it's just basically this Human Rights Foundation that's based here in New York City is fueling $50,000 to a UK-based developer, Chris Belcher, who is doing some things to make Bitcoin more private in some way. Okay, at least in that area of the world. Because folks, the unfortunate thing about the United States, and it's only because of where our government functions, is that we're behind in terms of that using Bitcoin in our everyday life here in the United States, as compared to the Korean, over in the Asian countries, over in like Japan. Oh my God, they use it all over Tokyo, and they've been doing that for the last 3 years. They use as much as they use their yen. The yen is their fiat currency. You know, Australia is another one. Oh my God, they use Bitcoin to pay their taxes. They use Ethereum and Litecoin too. We're behind. Now we got 2 states. I want to say one of them is Kansas. I could be wrong, or Kentucky. They had a person that, and a politician that was in their state that was very familiar with Bitcoin. And now you can use Bitcoin to pay their taxes in certain states. But we got 50 states in our country, and we need all of them on, you know. But get this, wouldn't it be even better if we could use TBC to pay for goods and services like we plan to do? See, it's just not giving us jobs to everyone that's in poverty, but we also going to be using to pay for, to partially pay for certain goods and services. Okay? So, folks, I'm sorry, Brother Michael, you made it in a little late, but thank you so much for coming. This was based, like I said, this was based on human rights and Bitcoin, a human rights developer. A little summary I'm going to do for you. A human rights developer in New York City here in the United States is sending $50,000 to a UK-based developer, Chris Belcher, who is working on a project called CoinSwap. And this is to bolster, coin mixing and applications of Bitcoin to make it more private in their area in the UK. Okay, so cryptocurrency is still evolving, right? Whether it's market-based or whether it's abundance-based, being our TBC coin, it's still developing, still used for different goods and services in different ways. Because last thing I'm going to say, we know that the blockchain technology is very, very advanced. That's what fuels all these cryptocurrencies, as in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and even our TBC coin alike. So that technology is being instituted and put into certain computer systems and a few of our companies here in the United States and other around the world. China is getting it big time. They got a lot of oh my God. In some fields in China, there are some huge servers, I call it cryptocurrency farm. Big, tall, not tall buildings, but about 2 stories tall, but long. And then you walk in the door, there's a whole lot of computers, all together. I'm sure people can you can Google cryptocurrency farms, and you can see the picture of what it looks like. It doesn't look like a regular farm of animals. No, 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 not that kind of farm. This is all electronic. But see, I'm really into all that kind of thing. I like how it all works. And so, actually, what I'm doing is actually in this other business I'm in called I think that's dealing with cryptocurrency. I'm dealing with is teaching me how to do. Taking this crypto university, and it's very educational. I know a lot about cryptocurrency myself, folks, but it's this university is really top notch. Okay, so folks, I think that's it for me. I'm going to stop screen sharing now. Let me see, is my beautiful wife Marlene there? You still there, honey? You still there, baby? You still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm in the car, though. I'm in the car.
Oh, you're in the car now, because I can see you going in and out. Okay, dear. Hey,
Yes,
dear, could you call me later when you get a chance, if you get time? I got to tell you something about this, about something I got some discuss with you, but I can't do it here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right. You be safe out there now in that street.
Yeah, I know it's hot. It's so hot.
Yeah, it's supposed to start raining here soon. So we haven't had the rain all week, but it's supposed to rain here. But you be safe, honey. Be safe. Okay. Okay, Mr. Simone, you doing okay, brother? Mr. Simone?
I'm okay, brother. I'm so happy to say you are the wonderful presentation, and Marlene, ma'am, also here, and also supporting our community. And wonderful ma'am. Ma'am is thinking is a good Philippine, is a give us the poor people to help us. I'm so happy to say because we are the community, we are the family member, and we are the all-time broadcasting, the focus, good and talk about this. Another guys help us, and our community is a very helpful person. All guys is a wonderful, and our coming time the internet explore the blockchain technology. We are the good news, brother Stephen Caffey, and we are the soon merchants adoption is a very good news coming maybe to July, where the all over the guys not requirement, not hard requirement, easy requirement, and our product service is a brand new product and the merchants.
Yeah,
And
so good. It's
you
good
know
things
that,
coming. More good things coming this year, despite
yeah,
all
yeah,
we've
yeah,
been going through with very things, the lockdowns and all this.
yeah,
We still gonna have a good year
absolutely.
2020.
Yeah, 2020, and we are the apps application and give us the admin, and we are hope so. Global market access.com website, World International, and the Ghana, Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, all over the country. We are the good service and the very easy solution, and the hotel, restaurant, and more planning. We are the maybe start in the July.
Oh, good, 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 good. Thank you, sir. Thank
You
you.
are welcome, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let's look at, she's driving right now, so she may can't talk, but let's talk Mr. Michael. Thank you for coming, Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, you there?
Yes, please, Mr. Steven.
How you
Um,
doing?
I'm doing very great. What about you two, please?
Oh, great, great. Good, doing great, brother. I know that you doing. I see on Facebook you do some great trainings. You do, man. You're doing an awesome job. Awesome job. I'm very. Whenever I may not be there, but I can see. I go back and replay it, and I can see all the enthusiasm and the training you give them. You know what I love about you. You pass along some great information that we're learning and training in our daily training, and that's what we need to be doing in our training. You know, that's part of it, the whole out, because you never know, somebody could come to your broadcast that's really new and they don't know very much about TBC. They come to your broadcast to learn, to find out more things about our awesome opportunity. So I want to commend you and thank you so much for being a great leader in Ghana. You and Mr. John Wood, y'all are great leaders in your country. And believe me, admin is looking at you all as the leadership out of coming y'all country. So keep on doing the great work you're doing. I'm so proud of you, brother. You are doing an awesome work, good work, brother. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much, and sorry for coming late. I'm just coming up from the town,
Oh, okay.
and I just arrived home now. Is this you can see?
Right. I like your
So,
TBC shirt. I like that TBC shirt. God, you know one thing? That's what I got to come to. One of the reasons I love T-shirts and shirts that y'all wear in y'all countries. Y'all got me some great shirts. You know, so hopefully I get one of those, something like that when I come to your country. You know.
sure. Thank you very much. I'll be starting my the 32nd
Mm-hmm.
mass adoption training this evening at exactly 8:30. So
Well, if you happen,
uh,
you started, you send me the link. I'd love to come.
okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very
If
much.
you get it, if you remember, send me the link. I'll come and support you today.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
All
you
righty.
very much.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, brother. Mhm. Okay. All
Welcome.
right, folks. I'd like to thank everybody that's here, and thank you so much, dear, for coming today. She's been so busy, folks. So busy. It's a lot going on at the hospital where she works, and I understand that fully. Okay, now, folks, that's my broadcast today. I'd like to thank you all for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow for another broadcast, another subject area. Okay. All right, folks. Y'all